How's it going, everybody? It is time for a reaction. I don't know if this is a trailer or not, but a reaction video nonetheless. An unexpected reaction video. I was not expecting this, but yeah, but it appears that the MonsterVerse is cooking something up. This is this is a title reveal, I guess. Something I was not expecting, certainly not expecting today. They did it for the new Empire, but and I got a whole bunch of thoughts running through my head about this, but we'll get into that after we watch this. So let's quit with the talking, get with the watching. This is called Godzilla X Kong 2027, now in production. 43 seconds. Let's see what it is. All right. Is that a Monarch facility? Monarch support. Sedona, Arizona, right? Godzilla X Kong Supernova. Look at that logo. Oh, it's an. Oh, right. Wow. It was a title reveal. I was not expecting that. Okay, so as we all remember, for Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, that was released in March last year, March of 2024. About a little, slightly less than a year before that, in April of 2023, they did the title reveal with that really cool teaser with the silhouette of Scar King, and we got our first, well, that was the reveal of the title. I was really hoping that they would do the same thing for this next MonsterVerse movie, that we would get some sort of little teaser video, little title reveal. I was hoping that they would do that again, just like they did for the New Empire, but I was not expecting it now, 2 years before the movie even comes out. If anything, I was expecting it next year. I was kind of, if they were to do another title reveal teaser, I was kind of expecting them to follow the same timeline that they did for the marketing for New Empire. So I was not expecting anything like this until like a year from now, until they were, a year from now, which would be a year before the movie comes out. Yeah, I was not expecting it 2 years before the movie comes out, but it's a title. It's not only a title reveal, but it's an in production announcement. Which I mean, if you're a Godzilla fan, if you're a MonsterVerse fan, and you've been following the pre-production for this film, you knew that this movie has been filming. It's been filming for about a month now. We got our main cast announcements. We got our composer. We got our cinematographer. We got some filming locations and filming dates. If you're following the pre-production, you know all this information. You know that they have been filming already for about a month. However, to get a little teaser like this and to get a title reveal this early into production and this far away from the actual release of the film, that is really friggin' cool. So this made my day. I'm very curious to see how they handle the rest of the marketing and the rest of this movie. I mean, we've gotten so many announcements, as I just went over before. So many announcements regarding this film in the past 2-3 months. What else are we gonna get? We're gonna kind of go into a bit of a dead time over the next year. What are we gonna get next year? I mean, as I just said, and I was not expecting something like this until a year from now. So what are we going to get a year from now? Very curious, very curious. But this is cool. Godzilla Kong Supernova. Oh, we didn't even talk about the title. Supernova. They're going into space. Are they going into friggin' space? I know a lot of fans want Space Godzilla. Personally, I don't. I have no desire to see Space Godzilla in the MonsterVerse. If they bring him in, I'm sure he'll be cool. I'm sure he'll look cool. Personally, I want Gigan. I've said it many times before. I'm an advocate for original monsters, new original monsters. I would prefer newer monsters before Toho monsters. However, if they did bring in a Toho monster, my first pick, my number one pick, the only Toho monster that I really want to see in the MonsterVerse, and I would be really excited to see, is Gigan. But hey, They just started filming. We cannot make any assumptions. We can assume that they're going into space, but we have no idea what the big baddie is going to be. Is it a Toho monster? If it is, we don't know which one it is. It could be an original space monster. It might not even be Gigan or Space Godzilla or anybody, or the return of Ghidorah. Who knows? It might just be an original creation, an original legendary space monster created specifically for this movie. We don't know. There's going to be plenty of accusations, plenty of assumptions, plenty of speculation over the next 24 months. And it's going to get kind of wild, especially now. Now that we have a title, we have a slight idea of what it's going to be about 2 years before the movie comes out. The Godzilla community is going to be flooded with a bunch of speculation. Space Godzilla this, Gigan this, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, we just don't know. All we have is a title. And personally, I'm happy with that because I was not expecting to know what the title of this movie would be 2 years before the actual film drops. March 26th, right? 2027. Cannot wait. I cannot wait. Let me know how excited you are for the next MonsterVerse movie, now titled Godzilla x Kong Supernova. What do you think of this title? What do you think of this logo? The logo looks very futuristic and 80s too. It has an Adam Wingard vibe, even though he's not returning, but it has kind of that 80s space vibe. I don't know. That's just the first impressions that I'm getting. So what did you think of this teaser, this logo? What do you think this movie is going to be about? Are we going to get a Toho Space Monster? Are we going to get an original new creation? Let me know down in the comments. Utilize those comments. That's what they're for. Get the conversation going because there is certainly a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about 2 years before the movie. If you were entertained by this video, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing.